Hello, America! It is time for the Open Mind. Hello, welcome to the Open Mind. My name is Eric. This is the #1 podcast in the world. You'll all be saying that in a couple months from now when this thing finally takes off. But the Open Mind's been a reality for about 24 hours as of right now. So we'll give it a little bit more time. So tonight on the show, I would like to talk about, a few things. Maybe not as heavy a topics as last night. Like, I got kind of political last night, and that seemed kind of strange to me listening back to it. And I'm like, I never thought of myself as a political person, and I'm not particularly a person who really likes politics. I kind of think it's messed up. Anyway, I'm going right back into that whole thing again. Politics corrupts the mind. And see, it's a vicious circle because I just did it again. Moving on. I have a list written here next to me that says, some things to talk about. So, let's start with the first thing on my list. I wrote down Netflix. What can I say about Netflix? I discovered Netflix, I would say probably, 3-4 months ago. And it has just been about one of the greatest things to happen in my life since my girlfriend. So, Sierra, if you're listening to this, you're still #1, but Netflix is #2. And speaking of which, I just got a text message from her. Alright. So, about Netflix. I discovered Netflix probably 3 or 4 months ago, and the thing I love about Netflix is that I can watch, tons of awesome TV shows for, just $7 a month. So instead of going out and, paying $30-40 for an entire season of a TV show for, $8 a month, I can watch every single episode of Scrubs for like $8, which is an amazing deal when you really think of it. That's like 200 episodes, which I don't want to do the math, but it's something really crazy. I'm not great at math. I do take math class at the prestigious Columbus State University Community College. No, it's just community college, but don't let that make you think I'm stupid. I'm very smart. I'm smart enough to figure out how to do a podcast, right? So I went ahead and really fleshed out the Open Mind YouTube page this morning, as well as set up the Open Mind Facebook page. So if you're listening to this and you're like, man, I really like this podcast, please check us out on Facebook. It's the Open Mind on Facebook. You'll know it's us because of the logo that says Tom. That's the abbreviation for the Open Mind. So I'm sorry if I seem a little distracted. I'm sending a little text message right in the middle of this podcast. Multitasking. It's a good skill set to have. Alright, there we go. And she will be getting that message in 3, 2, 1, 0. Sent. Anyway, sorry about that. I am back. I apologize. I probably won't do that again. So, back to Netflix. I think it is amazing. And the fact that you can get it from, your computer, you can do it through your TV, you can do it. I have the Netflix app on my iPod, so I was at some event last week, and I was really bored because there was a lot of downtime, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pull up some Scrubs and watch it on Netflix on my iPod. And I did. It was amazing. I love it. Anyway, enough about Netflix, because I could go on for quite a while about Netflix. Another thing that seems to be important, or there's always some discussion about it somewhere, is about social networking and whatnot. It's the big craze right now. Eventually, 10 years down the road, we'll be talking about the social networking fad that was Facebook or something, like 5 years ago, it was MySpace. Everybody's like, MySpace is so cool! Or like, MySpace is the best! We all talk like that, too, so that's how it all came about. But then Facebook comes around, and MySpace, I mean, if you go to MySpace, you feel like you're in a dangerous part of town with a bunch of perverts. Like the pervert district in your city. Every city has one. But, MySpace is kind of the internet pervert district of the internet. So, one thing I've noticed is that people seem to have their social networking site preferences. A lot of people my age, in the college age, are 100% Facebook. They think Twitter is spawn of the devil, and they're just like, it's so stupid, I don't get it, it makes no sense, what's the point? Whereas then people who are a little older, they get Twitter, but they don't get Facebook. Maybe it's a simplicity thing, I don't know. I personally love Twitter. I use it all the time. I communicate with people through Twitter all the time. Yeah, sure, I use Facebook. I get Facebook. I'm like, yeah, I see why people like it, but I'm on Twitter way more than I'm on Facebook. I'm the weird one of the bunch, right? I guess, every generation is going to have the few weird ones, right? I've tried to get a lot of my friends on Twitter, and they did, but they are like, they really resent me for it, that I made them do it. But one of these days, I know that they're going to, appreciate me for it, They're going to get a tweet from a famous person like, oh my god, thank you so much for turning me onto Twitter, because we all talk like that in my imagination. We all talk like, Toby from Family Guy? Oh no, Jeffrey, oh no, oh no. That, you know what I'm talking about? That's me doing my impressions that I talked about last night, but now I'm just building upon that tonight. One other thing that I would like to address tonight was, last night listening back to the podcast, I realized that I say a lot. A lot of it is unconsciously. I don't notice that I'm saying it, but when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, wow, I really say a lot. Some of that I think stems from the fact that my grandpa ends a lot of his sentences with okay. There I did it again. I did it. I think we should have a counter sometime. One that just counts. And I did it again there, didn't I? Oh man. So, anyways, that's gonna be my new thing. Anyways, that is what happens. I keep wanting to say, You know what? I'm going to say, I'm going to try to lessen the use of it, but you know what? There it is again. I'm becoming very self-conscious and self-aware right now. This isn't working. Alright. So, there was a big thing that happened to me this evening. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm going to talk about the aftermath. After this thing happened, I went and got pizza. So, with my girlfriend, and we were both really stressed out, and we're like pulling our hair out. But then we go to Donato's, we sit down, we're like, alright, we need some pizza. And she runs to the restroom, the guy looks at me, he's like, so what do you want to order? And I'm like, I'm going all out tonight, man. I am going all out. So, Sierra comes back from the bathroom, she's like, what'd you get? I was like, oh, we're eating like champions tonight. I got you a pizza, I got me 2 pizza, and I got a full order of breadsticks plus drinks. She's like, what? Are you crazy? I was like, no, I'm hungry. Which does, in fact, make me crazy, so she wasn't entirely wrong. Looking back on it now. But anyway, that was one of the best meals I've had in a long time. And I mean a long time. It was good. It hit the spot. I'm still full from it, because that was only a little over an hour ago that I ate that. But it was good. I did burn my mouth a little bit, so that's kind of bumming me out. Anyway, that's a little bit too personal of information, I guess, for you to care. So, this has been, a great time talking to you on the Open Mind. Speaking my open mind, I'm hopefully going to be doing another episode. Maybe not tomorrow. I gotta be at the Giant Eagle tomorrow, but I might get a chance to tomorrow morning. Go ahead and do a show tomorrow morning. Put it up tomorrow night. We'll see though. But if there is going to be a show tomorrow, I'll post about it on the Open Mind Facebook page. So check that out. And I guess I will see you next time, which will be either tomorrow or Friday. Friday most likely will be. So I guess until then, check out the Facebook page. Become a fan of the Facebook page, please. I want to get as many people as we can. Be like, this podcast is awesome. So, until next time, everybody, don't do bad things and live life with good values, and it'll all be good and everybody will get along. So, alright, see you, everybody.